Hi guys. Okay, so in our textbook, there's an essay that starts on page 29. It's called The Struggle Continues, an essay by Juan Angel. And I want you guys to read this essay. It's several pages long. It goes from 29 to 32. However, I think there are a few students who are still waiting for books. So I am making this short video presentation where I'm going to read just the first few paragraphs of the essay, and then hopefully the books will come in the next day or two. Okay, so this presentation aims to get you started with the first few paragraphs since some people don't have the books yet. And again, it starts on page 29. My name is Juan Angel. I am 30 years old and I was born in Mexico. As a child, I was alone for most of the time. My father was an alcoholic and he left my family and me when I was 3 years old. My mother had to struggle to survive by working from place to place in Mexico. Her effort to support me was not enough because of low salaries, so she left to work in the United States. And you'll see that I marked paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. That's what those symbols are. I lived with some of my relatives in a little village in Mexico and worked from dawn to sunset and ate sometimes once a day. I felt I would die of starvation and hard work. My relatives spent the money that my mother sent me. They claimed that I was just a child and didn't need it. As a child, I was not able to resist. After 5 years of being mistreated by my relatives, I went to live with my grandmother, who lived in another village. When I moved into my grandmother's house, I started a new life. By then, I was 8 years old. I felt proud of myself for the first time because I had made my first big decision in life. Now, this is paragraph 5. My grandmother had some pigs, so I had to feed them. One day, I was feeding them close to a water stream when I saw two boys passing by. They carried some books with them. I saw them every day walking down a grassy road while I fed those pigs. My curiosity grew, and one day I stopped them on their way back home. I asked them what they were doing, and they told me that they were attending school. I wanted to know if they knew how to read, and they started reading and writing to show me. I simply couldn't believe it. When they left, I scratched my head and nodded for a moment, looking toward the sky. I said, "Going to school? That's the next step I have to work on." After I finished feeding those pigs, I went home. While I was walking home, I thought about how I would get my grandmother to allow me to go to school. I knew it was going to be hard to do. There were around 20 boys in the village, and only the two I met were going to school. So this is paragraph 6. My grandmother wanted me to stay with the pigs, so for 2 years I stayed with her before taking my next step. I then left my grandmother and found a place to sleep in the town where the school was. The two boys I knew took me to the school, and I told my story to the principal. His name was Juan also. He told me that my age, 10 years old, made me too old to come to the school. But then he spoke with his teachers, and they all agreed to let me enter. They knew my desire to learn was great. So I'm going to pause there. That's the end of paragraph 6 on page 30. Please read the rest of the essay in your book, in your textbook. If you don't have your textbook yet, please email me and let me know that. I'm curious how many students are still waiting on books and when you anticipate having those. And then also I'd like you to look at the phonics questions that follow the essay. They're on pages 32 and 33. So, we can talk about those next time, and maybe I'll use some of them in a quiz. It's pretty likely. We could go ahead and look at the first one on page 32. The instructions tell you to use phonics clues you learned from this chapter to answer the following questions. In the space provided, write the letter of your choice for each question. So number 1, it says, which word from the sentence below has a consonant digraph? So you guys should be experts on consonant digraphs now, right? Consonant digraphs are CH, SH, TH, GH, and PH, right? So 30, old, or Mexico. I am 30 years old and I was born in Mexico. Which of those words has a consonant digraph? I think you know the answer. And then the second question, or sorry, the third question, the word grew used in the sentence below contains, does it contain a soft G sound or a hard G sound? So you need to decide, is it the G like girl or is it the J like gem, right? And the hard G is the G sound, right? My curiosity grew, and one day I stopped them on their way back home. So those are 2 examples of the phonics questions. So keep reading the essay. We'll work through more of the phonics questions next time. And if you don't have your textbook yet, again, please let me know, and let me know when you think you'll have it. When you're done reading this, if time permits, or just so you know what we're working on next, the next thing for you to work on is the chapter 12 vocabulary homework in the workbook, and to read Anna in Seed Folks. I don't know if we will get to either of those on Wednesday. Maybe we will, but anyway, you could get started with it. It's possible that we might just start on one of those things a little bit next time. Okay, and I think that that's it. So thank you very much, and keep up the good work, and I'll see you on Collaborate at 3:15 today. Thank you. Bye.